All right, hey guys. This has been kind of annoying to film because like stuff doesn't show up very well. It's showing up well now, but like maybe you can see it's just like not very. It doesn't show up very well. Anyways, this is my cooperative drafting prototype. I think it works. I did a like kind of a solo playtest and it seemed to work. But basically, like this is a three-player game, and at the beginning of each drafting round, everyone's going to get 6 cards and some money and everyone's going to get a monster dealt in front of them. So this guy has to basically beat this, uh, get a combat value of 6. This person has to get a combat value of 8, and this person has to get a combat value of 10. And if they don't, there's a penalty. So how do you get combat value? Basically, you're going to be drafting cards. Almost all cards look something like this stuff. So on the left side of the top left of every card, there's a mana symbol like red, right? So like, and that's basically like a tag that, and then on the right side is the combat value, and combat values can be based on all sorts of things. For example, this one is you're going to get a combat for every money you have. Here's just a straight one combat, and then here's a combat for every black you have. So we can look at all of these. Let's say someone has drafted all these cards. So they have 2 red tags, but they don't have a way to pay it off. So those red tags actually aren't valuable right now. The money would be worth whatever their money is. So if they have 2, then that's what it is. The black tags, let's see. So there's 1, 2 black tags, and they also we have 2 black combo things, and also a black tag. So you take all of the black tags on the left, and multiply by the number of black tags on the right. So it's 1 times 2. They get 2 combat for their black tags. They'd also get 2 just flat from this card because it has a 2 on it. They'd also get 1 from that. So you'd get 5 plus however much money they had. All right, so that's like, I don't know. It's a little complicated, but I think it's okay. And as you can see, like it definitely, there's implications for whatever you draft, and also whatever you see your teammates drafting. You want to like make sure that you're sending them correct cards. But on top of that, like where's the social angle, right? Like why is this a cooperative game? There's a couple things. First of all, like underneath most of these cards, there's like a kind of like this enter, like whenever you play it effect. So in this card, when you play it, you have to pay $2 for it, just like straight up. And then like this card actually comes into play. This card right here. This card actually comes to play like deactivated, like tapped, and either you or somebody else will have to play an effect that untaps it. Most of the effects are like you can only do it to your neighbor. So like there's some timing considerations and like basically asking your neighbors for help type of situation. There's also cards that when you draft them, you actually just draft them and immediately give them to your neighbor. And then there's cards that like when you draft them, you give money to your neighbor. Money is used to cast one-time spells, which basically generally buff your combat for a single turn. But they also are used to switch from drafting from this like level 1 deck to like the level 2 and eventually level 3 deck. So like accumulating money is kind of a game where you're like, do I accumulate this money for the combat value, or do I spend it to upgrade the deck? Because after this round, the bosses get hard. They get significantly harder because every turn you're building up like a bigger and bigger tableau of cards. I think that basically covers it. Maybe I didn't explain everything, but that's pretty much what I've got going. All right, cool.